I just bought my first two Lamy pens and I want to help you make the right choice. This is the Lamy LX Rollerball Pen in rose gold. Now, the first thing that you need to decide is whether you want a fountain pen, a ballpoint pen, or a rollerball pen like this one. In some rare cases, maybe you're going to get a calligraphy pen or a pen for electronic devices, but basically, those are the three main ones you need to choose between. The first thing I did was I eliminated the ballpoint pen. I thought it was boring. It's just sort of your standard pen, like from a classroom. But choosing between a fountain pen and a rollerball pen is a much more difficult choice. Now, since I travel a lot and I didn't want to risk getting the ink spilled, that's why I went with a rollerball pen. Now, if you're planning to use it mostly around the house, I would go with the fountain pen. I think it's cooler, it's more distinctive, and that's why my second Lamy pen was a fountain pen because I bought it as a housewarming gift, and I went with the All-Star fountain pen in bronze color as a cool little luxurious gift. Now, that brings me to the second thing you need to decide, which is which model you want to buy. Lamy has a bunch of different sub-brands. The default choice is the Safari, then there's the All-Star and the LX like this one. The Safari is plastic and comes in some really cool vibrant colors, but you might hesitate to buy plastic because it's not the most luxurious thing. But the product's made in Germany and there are some advantages to plastic, like it's lighter and sometimes more comfortable. The All-Star is generally the second option, like the second default. It's aluminum. It comes in a bunch of different colors. I tried some of the more luxurious options, but I found them too heavy, too uncomfortable to write with. I went with sort of a mid-range, slightly high-end version. Now, the third consideration is which color. And keep in mind that certain colors are only available in certain models. I really like two of the colors in the All-Star, and those were bronze and metallic orange, but ultimately I went with this one because it's the more premium option, even though the color options weren't as favorable to me. And this is basically a more luxurious version of the All-Star. That's what the LX is. Now, one thing that makes the LX more premium relative to the All-Star is that all the elements are the same color. So the top, the bottom, and this clip, it all creates sort of this monochrome type look. Whereas if you get the All-Star, the top and the bottom are plastic, I think in black, and then this is probably like a silver metal color. But when you pay the extra, you get all of this as a single color. Now, if you want to buy it as a gift, maybe get something a little more luxurious that comes in the case, like I did with the LX here. And also note that I got mine engraved with my first name. Now, keep in mind that even if you buy a more expensive model, the cartridges inside the device are typically the same. So you're not actually spending more in the long run. You're going to get the same replacement cartridges, which really helps sell me on being willing to pay more for a more luxurious pen. Another thing to consider is whether you want a pen with a removable cover like I did or a retractable one with a button. I didn't go with the retractable one because I thought it didn't look as luxurious, especially when it was like black and the base was a different color. Now, I've been curious about Lamy for a long time. I see it in malls all over the place, and I finally satisfied my curiosity and bought a second one as a gift as well, the fountain one. Thought it was a really cool luxury gift if you're trying to get something for somebody that has everything. It's not as over the top as something like Mont Blanc, but it still has that made in Germany craftsmanship and its strong brand to back it up. So why don't you take a look? Let me know which model you think is the coolest, what colors you think are the coolest, and you can check out the Amazon link that I added in the description.